So one of the more popular questions in the field of athletics is, when should a young athlete begin strength training, right? Because there's so much superstition surrounding this idea of stunting the growth of athletes if they begin strengthening their bodies a little bit too early, which, I mean, at this point, that myth should have been busted, but still, you know, superstition sticks around for quite some time. Look at many of, never mind. But anyway, instead of answering that question based on my experience or Elliott Hulse pseudoscience, what I like to do is share a study with you that I found today as I was surfing the net on examiner.com, right? And hopefully you can see that there. It's called Kids Muscle Strength Linked to Heart Health, right? And then you got this picture of this jack little bastard. Look at him, double bicep pose. He knows what's going on. He's got gains. Looks like he's about 10 years old. But anyway, this was a study that was published in the Journal of Pediatrics. And basically the study included 1,421 children between the ages of 10 and 12. And the participants were tested for strength capacity using standardized hand grip strength. Interesting. Researchers also measured body fat percentage, glucose levels, blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and triglycerides. And it turns out that even in children between the ages of 10 and 12, greater strength was associated with better blood pressure, cholesterol, body fat levels. Specifically, increased muscle strength was linked to lower levels of bad cholesterol and higher levels of good cholesterol. Linking strong kids or stronger kids also showed lower blood sugar levels. So there you have it. I read an article about 3 or 4 years ago that linked stronger hands to longevity in old folks. And then you've got stronger hands linked to health, strength, fitness in young people. I would tend to say that having stronger hands has something to do with becoming the stronger version of yourself, right? And it didn't say specifically physical education, dancing about, running around cones and playing games. It said hand strength, strength. You've got to be strong in order to fulfill your obligation as a human being of becoming the strongest version of yourself. There's no two fucking ways about it. If you want to be a strong little bastard, you got to strengthen your hands. And if you want to be an old motherfucker into your elderly stages, into the silver stages of your life, right? Is that what they call it? You better have strong hands. So 10, 12 years old, they typically say that you're not going to want to do like powerlifting and bodybuilding. And you know what, quite frankly, I agree. Not based on any of my studies or experience, just because it seems kind of fucking weird. I don't know. But strengthening your hands, because of this concept, this idea, this scientific explanation that describes how the squeezing of your hands creates irradiation, if I'm saying it properly, where you strengthen basically everything leading up to the core of your body, right? You strengthen your hands. If you have a strong grip, all this shit's got to be strong too. There's no such thing as strong hands but weak shoulders or weak biceps or weak forearms. So the place to begin when you're developing as an athlete and you want to develop your strength is grip strength. Get stronger hands. And when you're an old dude and you want to live longer, you want to be happy and healthier, work on your grip strength. So here's a quick story for you, an interesting thing that I intuitively do, but I think it'd be fun to share based on the newly found scientific evidence that hand strength is linked to healthier kids. With all of my children I did this, but with my son Benjamin most recently, what I would do is they always look up at like monkey bars, right? They go to the playground, they want to be on the monkey bars, they want to climb on the monkey bars. This is what kids want to do. It's in their DNA. I don't know what it is, but they want to grab monkey bars and they want to go. But they're never strong enough, and also it's so high up, and I think a lot of parents are like, they're scared that their little bastard might break his knee if he falls down on the ground or something like that. Look, shit happens, but your kid needs to get stronger. Of course, you can create safer circumstances, but then you make your kid kind of a pussy also. And then maybe I'm just a bad parent. Maybe I'm abusive. I don't know. But what I like to do is I like to put my son up on the monkey bar, right? And this is the very first time I did this. Probably, he's 3 years old, maybe 6 months ago. Put him up on the monkey bar, let him hang there, because ultimately he wants to across the top, but he ain't strong enough. He ain't got the agility. He ain't got long enough arms, but he's got to get fucking stronger, right? And that's the very first thing. So I let him hang there, and he's all excited. He's happy. He's there for like 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he's like, starts looking at me. He's like, Daddy. He feels his grip going. He's like, Daddy, get me, Daddy. Daddy, get me. And I say, just hold on. Just hold on, buddy. You can do it. When you hit the ground, just land on your feet. You can do it. And he's like, Daddy, 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 no. Daddy. He lets go. Boom. Do it again, Daddy. Do it again. And his grip gets stronger. We started with, it took about 10 seconds for him until he freaked out, hit the floor, and said, Daddy, again. See, that very first, again, I might seem like an abusive parent, right? Like, what kind of fucking parent lets his kid fall to the floor when he's screaming for help? Well, he'll never be scared of that shit again, right? And immediately, that's the thing with children. Put them in circumstances where they're challenged, help them to overcome the challenge. I knew he wasn't gonna hurt himself. I mean, he was a couple feet off the floor. But to a 3-year-old, it looks like he's jumping into the Grand Canyon. Let him hit the floor, dust himself off, realize, hey, it's no big deal, right? You know what I'm also helping him build? Courage. Character strengths and hand strength at the same time. So parents, please go do this right now. Go, run out. I should put a disclaimer in this video. Run out and make your children hang from bars and let them fall. Right? And help them develop their strength so they can have all of the physiological virtues associated with the newly found studies proving that strong kids are more badass than your typical weak, round, fat little punk. And also give them the opportunity to fall down. I like when my kids fall down. I like when they scrape themselves. My daughter fell out of a tree the other day. I freaked the fuck out because of how she screamed, but I realized, she's a tougher kid now. Other things including climbing, rope climbing. My children like to climb up the door, like, you know, the door jamb. Like, they like to carry themselves across, and they just do this. Like, they'll just walk around the door jamb. And monkey bars will lead to stronger, healthier, more badass kids and a future generation that we can be proud of. Done.